You know, we've heard advocates of this bill have said the program offers students an education that best fits their needs and interests. And while we can all recognize that not all students come from the same mold, background, or zip code, that not every student can thrive in an ordinary educational setting, some require more resources, services, or specialized curriculums. Some public schools cannot accommodate the needs for all their students. And currently, parents do have the power, with or without this bill, to explore their educational options, whether they be the neighborhood public school, a charter school, homeschool, or even a private school. We know that public schools are not one size fits all, and we can't ignore the innovative programs but we cannot ignore the innovative programs that public schools have taken to suit the needs of their students in their communities. In my district, the Edgewood Independent School District has Las Palmas and Roy Cisneros leadership schools that are built around making leaders in an all-girl and all-boy schools, respectively. They offer two-way dual language instruction. They partner with the Texas Council for International Studies and foster empowerment in young people. Northeast Independent School District has ICSI School, offering students concentrated lessons in cybersecurity and networking that prepares them for college and in-demand, high-paying careers. Northside has a Cass Tech High School, who just visited my office this week to tell us about their dedication to graduating passionate educators in a state with significant teacher vacancies across every area of specialization. On the subject of special education, we absolutely need to do more for those children. We have filed several bills to improve their funding, policies, and supports available to those students. And I hope that my colleagues here in this chamber and across the rotunda who vote for this will keep their doors open to discuss and support how we support our special education children. But rather than addressing the root causes of why these students struggle, this bill just leaves money on the table and opens the door for discrimination. Public schools do not get to pick and choose who they take, no matter what their religion, nation of origin, test scores, whether they have documentation. They can't turn away a child with disabilities because they just don't have the resources to serve them. If a public school cannot provide services to a child with special needs, schools legally have to pay for their placement in a place that does. One of my school districts is paying millions of dollars a year for a single student. This ESA bill offers $11,500 if you can find a school that'll serve your child, and in the fine print, you sign away your rights as a parent for children with disabilities. Then there's the argument of school choice that the bill provides students and parents the opportunity to choose the education that best fits their needs. But Texas already has school choice. Private schools offer scholarships to students. School districts, as I mentioned, offer specialized schools. And our homeschoolers have some of the least regulated policies in the nation. So much so that they came and testified against the bill because they were afraid of government intervention. In my opinion, SB 2 seeks to spend $1 billion to build a separate but unequal education infrastructure. Members, public schools are closing left and right in my district because they can't afford to stay open. This $1 billion could be spent to invest in our public education system. It could be used to fund fine arts, mental health programming, to improve all students' outcomes and safety. It could be used to fulfill half of the special education deficit our public schools are trying to fill without funding. It could be used to feed every public school student free lunch. Instead, we're injecting the largest, first ever investment, as we heard from our chairman, in the nation into a program that very well is going to potentially destabilize our public schools. Members, the reason I believe we make a mistake today with this bill is because we jeopardize the future of so many communities across this state. As we've heard, 98% of the students will never participate in the program. For that 1.7, 1.8%, so they can have an opportunity to potentially try something different, even though we've heard that many of them already are in private schools. And in many ways, it goes counter to our Constitution. I'm holding here Article 7, Education, titled The Public Free Schools. In the very first section, support and maintenance of a system of public free education. These are the words of our founding fathers. A general diffusion of knowledge being essential to the preservation of the liberties and the rights of the people. It shall be the duty of the legislature of the state to establish and make suitable provisions for the support and maintenance of an efficient system of public free schools. That should be our North Star. This should be our guide. Providing $1 billion for people to potentially offset the expenses they're already using, when, as we've heard, very few have asked us for. This does not show our commitment to the future, and it concerns me. And for those reasons, I respectfully will vote against Senate Bill 2. Thank you, Mr. President, members.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Cook, for what purpose?
To provide a statement on the bill.
You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President.